Welcome to the Everton News Daily. David Moyes has done his press conference ahead of tomorrow's game against Arsenal. Obviously, a press conference dominated by a lot of chat surrounding James Tarkowski and a lot of stuff about the Merseyside derby. Before the press conference, though, Everton had put out a statement relating to James Tarkowski and the abuse he'd got online. The statement says, Everton is aware of threats made towards James Tarkowski and his family on social media. Such behaviour is completely unacceptable and has no place in football and society. The football is liaising with James and his wife Samantha and stands ready to engage with the social media companies and assist with police with any potential investigation. So, obviously, his wife had put stuff online about the abuse she'd received, and obviously it all goes back to the tackle that James Tarkowski was obviously lucky to get away with not being a red card. And obviously, it's a game of football. The game went on. The lad didn't get hurt. Honestly, people need to sort their heads out. It's actually, wherever it comes from, just football fans or just society in general, it just needs to be sorted out because it's just absolute nonsense for these people, from these people. And yeah, but let's hear David Moyes' thoughts on the situation.
Look, it's not acceptable for anybody in any walk of life, but. Look, we have to hold our hand up and say, after looking at it again, I believe that it could have been a sending off. But I don't think that means that you get abused online because of that. So it's part of football, and he made which looked at the time, I thought, a really good tackle. But in looking at it again, I think that.
So obviously, David Moyes not happy about the situation, and obviously. It is just completely unacceptable. He went on to say in the press conference as well about the education of young players being on social media and stuff like that as well. But that's the other side of it, isn't it? That's players being on social media. James Tarkowski's not. I think he's on social media, but he's not really active on social media. Just probably puts up a few things to do with Everton and a few things probably to do with sponsors or charities and stuff like that. So for his wife to receive that abuse it's just absolute nonsense. But obviously the other side of the coin was Liverpool's winning goal on Wednesday night, which again James Tarkowski was a part of that, and there being a clear offside in the build up to the goal, and David Moyes went on to speak about that.
Well, you can always hide behind words, can't you? I think ultimately anybody who really followed football over the period of their lifetime would have seen that as offside. So it's an easy thing for them to come out and now say, hey, there's a rule. I think the big thing is it says that they have to be in his vision at times. Well, I don't know who's deciding that Tarky hasn't seen him. I mean, nearly all the clips you see shows that he's offside, So I find it really incredible. And it's interesting that we're just about to go into the new semi-automated it would have been interesting to see what they were going to do on the decision, because it looked as if he's offside. If the pass wasn't aimed or going to him, I could maybe understand that he was, we're seeing it all the time. We're seeing people blocking from behind, free kicks getting given. People are not talking about in visionary line. I feel as if they've had to justify the decision.
Yeah, so obviously Moyes still seems like he's raging about the whole thing, and why not? There might be people out there who go, well, you got away with one with Tarkowski, so the goal, and there's other people who just think he was onside, but that's not how football works. Certainly on the Tarkowski thing, because it went to VAR. It was a mistake. They made the mistake. Do you know what I mean? I think most people believe that it should have been a sent off, but they made the mistake. On the offside, they haven't even put their hands up. They just hid behind the way the rule is written. But it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And David Moyes is obviously still very sore on that. Probably because, as I said, Everton have put their hands up and James Tarkowski have come out and said, yeah, I probably should have been sent off, or probably should have been sent off. But on the goal, it's like, oh no, it's fine. It's like, it's not fine, is it? If a fella's standing behind you, he's offside, and you have to play the ball, then then it's not fine. And that's where the rules in football are just mad sometimes. People who make them don't quite understand or just don't understand the game whatsoever. David Moyes spoke also about the availability of players for tomorrow's game.
Look, they're both back in training. Ellie's been back in training. Obviously, we got him some minutes the other day there. Yeah, look, he's getting closer. It's just that he's probably lacking real match fitness. But look, he's back in the frame, and we're considering him. Dwight's back in training. Been back in. He's probably had about 3 or 4 days now on the grass. So, we'll get closer if we can get him involved. We will.
Yeah, so obviously Njai could start, Brozier could start, Alcaraz could start, McNeil could be on the bench. So Everton have got a few that could play. Obviously Lindsom's not available, so we get some back. We never have a fit squad. We never have a fit squad. No one ever has a fit squad. But obviously there are more options for this game. No sign of Dominic Calvert-Lewin yet, but we'll wait and see on that one. But most players got through unscathed on Wednesday night. So it'll be interesting. He's got options. Like you mentioned in the press conference about wanting to play Alcaraz and Decore in the same team. That might change for this. Now, Everton have got a few games out to win now, so David Moyes might be thinking now it's time to just change it up a little bit and try and get back to winning ways. For this game, Darren England is the referee, and Stuart Atwell is on VAR. Let's hope. I don't want to say let's hope they have a better game than Wednesday night, because in one way we were very lucky for the referee, but on the VAR, they did us a favour going back to what we were talking about. But that's who's in charge tomorrow. And finally tomorrow, obviously the 1878 will be holding another fantastic flag display. But on the 9th minute, there's going to be Everton fans, and I'm sure Arsenal fans will be singing for Kevin Campbell. So let's make sure on the 9th minute, this is the first meeting of the two clubs at Goodison Park since obviously the sad passing of Kevin Campbell. So let's make sure we're all, singing our hearts out for the great man, and as the two clubs come together and we do our bit. So R12 kickoff tomorrow. Not my favourite kickoff just because of the atmosphere and everything. But let's hope Everton are up for it and us fans are up for it as well. There you go. That's all today's Everton news. We'll be back on Monday for the Everton News Daily. But make sure to check out the match preview with Baz and myself, starting 11 show, and all of the content after tomorrow's game. Thanks for watching. See you later.